should this process begin?
I agree with Tony Dungy. I think at the end of the day, it's actum non-verbal. His action has to speak louder than his words. There will come a time when he will have to speak out. I think people are going to want to hear from Michael Vick, and he's got to speak, I think, with kindness and contrition. Other than that, he's got to go out in the community and sow some seeds of goodwill. He's got to get on the football field and put the ball in the end zone. I think athletics provides a platform to woo the fans over. If he goes out and help win games, they're going to love him again. Right, Marshall?
Let's be honest. Oprah never hurt nobody. For Michael Vick to go on Oprah and give his public apology and explain exactly what it was that he missed about the whole dogfighting thing is one thing. But what I look for in Michael Vick is to go down south to those areas where kids believe in dogfighting. They want to have the baddest dog on the block, to talk to those kids so they know as they grow up, and maybe they might be in the Michael Vick situation, to know better, to not maybe lie about it when your owner and the commissioner ask you about it and ask for help because you don't know the severity of it and what comes to follow.
And we can't say that he can do one simple thing
no.
to make this go away or to win people over. This is going to happen slowly over a long period of time. I don't think he got here in one day, and he's not going to get out of it in one day.
Let's be honest. There's some people that's just going to say, look, we're not forgiving
no matter what.
Right. But some people, no matter what he does over the next couple months. And it's going to be interesting to watch and see what Michael Vick, how he handles this situation here over the next few weeks. But the next level of the question, do you think he will be an NFL starter again someday?
See, I think he will. I think there's no doubt about it. I looked at it, at least half of the 32 teams in the NFL wish they had maybe another quarterback. They'll settle with the guy that they currently have, but they're still looking. Even the Minnesota Vikings are still looking. Michael Vick can play football. And at the end of the day, I think if a quarterback goes down, they get injured. He'll step in and he'll make plays. Remember, this is a league that once gave up on Kerry Collins. This is a league that once gave up on Kurt Warner. And they are now starting quarterbacks. He'll never get the $130 million contract that he had. He never will see his name, I think, his face on billboards where the city will completely embrace him, where he'll be the franchise guy. But he will be a starting quarterback, and I think if he continues to win, there's no telling how far he can take him. So, yeah, I think he will be a starting quarterback.
Starter by situation, and that being if someone gets hurt, Michael Vick comes in, he plays well. They might continue to allow him to play as long as the team is playing well. But Arthur Blank says some words that every owner, it'll ring in their ears. He can't trust Michael Vick anymore because man to man, he looked him in the eye and asked, Michael, did you do this? And when you can't trust your starting quarterback, that's the guy you want. You're putting your faith, you're putting your ball cup. You're giving him the keys to the car. He can't be your guy. Now, situation, yes. Giving him the keys to the car?
No. Here's the deal. You know what? The owners, they'll play him. They just won't pay him. They'll play him. There's no doubt. If he can play and win games, you can trust him with the ball in his hand. I don't know that you can trust him with the complete franchise in his hands. Exactly. And I think that's where maybe you could see some separation. But, yeah, they'll trust him to go out and play football.
Solly, you bring up a point that I think a lot of fans want to follow up on, and I know I certainly do, too. You said about half the teams in the league would like another quarterback in the mix. As a backup, or they want a new starting quarterback?
Well, I think they would love to improve their quarterback position. I mean, there are many teams. We saw a team like the Denver Broncos, for instance, who had Jay Cutler, thought that they could have an upgrade. Now, you and I may not agree with that, but that's how NFL coaches and NFL owners look at it. If they feel they can get better at that quarterback position, then that means they can go out and get another guy. Now, if you're in New England, with Tom Brady, you don't feel that way. You don't feel that way if you have a Peyton Manning or a Carson Palmer or a Drew Brees. But after naming about 15 quarterbacks, the list ends right there. So, yes, there are other teams out there. Well, they'll settle with what they have, but they're still looking to get better at that quarterback position.
There's two situations here. You think about the Tom Brady situation and Matt Castle come in. Everybody wants that situation where your backup quarterback can come into a game and help you win football games. Now, there's a situation in Cleveland where you don't know who your guy is.
That's right.
And now you're juggling quarterbacks, and your team doesn't know who to follow. And now you have a divided locker room, and they don't know which way to go, and you have to make a decision. Quarterback competition sometimes don't breed the same kind of results as every other position. That guy being the quarterback, his mentality, he needs to know I'm the guy, or he's fragile.
Yeah, Paul know about that.
He said fragile.
You know about them.
I was going to gloss over that. Absolutely. One way of looking at this, though, and it's never happened before in NFL history, to get at a bargain an athletic quarterback with 67 starts of experience.
Wow.
Someone's going to be getting a very unique situation. I would think if, this is the big if he is indeed reinstated.